To combat his meta fatigue, Alto is returning to his favorite leader, Blackbeard. Alto cooked up a new deck list with the new starter deck cards and a couple old reliables. If Chapter 1154 leaks reminded you that Blackbeard is the GOAT, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, everyone, we are back on the Blackbeard, and I know it's been a minute since we actually played this deck. Like leading up to this, I've been maining Blackbeard for OP09, like as soon as it dropped in Japan, and the cards were released here on the sim. I've been playing Blackbeard. He was actually my main deck all the way up through OP09 up until OP11 when the new starter decks came out. And since then, I've been playing a lot of Buggy. You guys have probably seen on the channel, we posted a bunch of videos of Buggy and kind of how we updated our deck with the new starter deck cards. But we didn't talk too much about Blackbeard. And the reason being is that I've actually had a really hard time making this deck work. And I think it's really strong, don't get me wrong. And I think because of the fact that a lot of new decks are coming out, there's a lot new tech that's coming out with these decks. And then not just that, but also all of the Luffy decks getting new cards as well. Blackbeard really thrives in a meta where it's been a little bit stable in the sense where we know what's coming through, we know how to counteract those plays, we know what to look for in terms of when to use our leader ability. So I think there's still a bit of a learning curve when it comes to Blackbeard, even though the deck's been out for a really long time now. With the introduction of the starter deck cards, there's a bit of an identity crisis with the deck in the sense where either you play more of a Burgess forward deck where you're building up trash, you're playing out your 10 cost Blackbeards on curve, or you're playing a bit more of a removal type style with the new starter deck cards. Honestly, I've been kind of testing things out and kind of seeing where I'm landing, and I feel like, especially with things like 8 cost Katakuri out there, and a lot of decks that are able to swarm the board at a higher level, with different 9 costs, or with 10 costs now having rush and things like that. I think it's going to be really important to have removal available to us, especially at that higher threshold of like 9 cost or 10 cost. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. And I'd like to think that this deck is actually pretty flexible. We still have the opportunity to start filling up trash, which is why I still play cards like Shigan or Finger Pistol or Finger Gun, whatever it's called in whatever meta that you're playing in. Because it really does help in terms of filling up our trash and making sure that, our Burgesses are able to swing high. So I know it kind of looks like I'm not using too many of the cards that came out in the starter deck. I am using the 7 cost Siege, which I think is a really great card. Because of the fact, especially if you're going on the odd curve, you could use things like Tempest Kick to one, keep your hand size relatively healthy. And then from that point, using Martial Teach to get rid of a card on board if it is like a 6 cost or less, or if you're playing a really high value deck card or high value deck that runs high value cards. There we go. A deck that runs high value cards. Tempest Kick really comes in handy and also helps you kind of cycle through your deck and keep your hand size healthy to use your leader ability. We're running 2 at the moment. Honestly, I'm debating on possibly getting rid of 1 black hole for another Teach. But I still find that this black hole is really clutch in the mirror match. So as the meta goes on, we're going to see more and more Blackbeards because of that learning curve that I was talking about earlier. So I've been practicing a lot against other Blackbeard decks, and black hole is still really strong, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to still be running this along with the Shigans. The new addition, as I mentioned earlier, is the Tempest Kick. I think this card is really great in terms of, keeping your hand size healthy and then kind of playing along that reduction, that cost reduction gameplay. So we do run the Caribou, and previously I wasn't a super huge fan of this card. just because of the fact that it wasn't searchable. I really do like the ability with this deck to have everything be searchable. So I was debating previously running, let's see here, the Devon that came out in the starter deck in its place, especially with the ability to, you know, have cost reduction yet again. But one, the on KO ability is not used that often because of the fact that, like, usually you're activating main, and then from that point you're going to be putting it in your trash so then you can reduce cost of another card. So very few people will actually get rid of this card, and with it only being one in reduction, I'm still kind of feeling some type of way about it, to be honest. So I noticed a lot of people have actually been running this card recently, the San Juan Wolf. I do like it. I think that it helps, especially in like mirror matchups or against other black decks. It is a lot stickier. So yeah, maybe in the future, but right now he's probably going to stay out. This is the card that I'm most interested about. It's in PRB02, but I want to kind of keep a deck that I can actually still use at locals. So I'm actually thinking about using this card in the future, just not right now. Another one of the promos that was kind of brought up recently was this Martial DT. So when attacking, negate all effects of opponent's characters and leader during this turn, which is really strong because of the fact that there are a lot of different leaders right now that can bump up their power, you know, when characters are attacking. You know, for example, like Nami, this could kind of negate all of that. But right now, I think that the 10 cost Blackbeard that we've been running for the past couple metas is still stronger. So yeah, I think right now this is what we're going to be working with. I think that it's pretty strong. I know a lot of people are still running 4 of the Doc Q. I think that it could be pretty good, but then again, it starts leaning into more of the removal aspect of the deck. But we still want to have the flexibility of removing cards and building up our trash. So I think the Burgess route is still super viable, you know. So yeah, that's currently where we're at. Yeah, we've been gone for a hot minute. You know, burnout is a real thing, especially with card games when the meta is just churning so fast. So, you know, with OP11 coming through, and then from that point the starter deck's coming through, and people are already talking about OP12, and, you know, all the information that's been releasing with PRB02. So it's hard to kind of keep up with everything. So I want to take a step back, you know, kind of clear my plate a little bit, clear my head, because, you know, right now it is just kind of tough to kind of focus on playing on the meta, just because of the fact that, like, there's so many Luffy's running rampant. And in PRB02 they just announced that there's going to be Altar for Gum Gum Giant, which means it's probably sticking around for forever. It's going to be tough, but I think that yeah, I think that Blackbeard is still probably my favorite deck. Buggy might be my favorite character, but I think that Blackbeard just still kind of fits my play style. It's a bit of a slower deck, it's a little bit more methodical, and it really rewards you if you understand the game, the current meta, and have a pretty deep understanding of other people's decks. And as somebody that plays a lot of different decks, I like to think that, you know, over time, I've soaked up enough knowledge to make this deck work out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the matches, and I'll catch you guys later, yeah? See ya. Okay, we are here on the Blackbeard. We're gonna go second. We'll keep. Alright, they skip on their first turn. That is fine. I think that we'll just go ahead and do this. We'll cycle out 1. We'll grab ourselves this. End turn. Let's see here. I know that this deck has done relatively well. I wouldn't say that it's like really top of the meta, but I think Katakuri has a lot of different strengths. I think in its late game is really strong, especially with 8 cost Katakuri. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, they play out the pudding. and they swing the 5. Get to bump up here. We'll go ahead and resolve. We'll use trigger. Get rid of you. Okay. So let's go ahead and trash. I feel like we're probably gonna need the Burgesses here. Cycle out 1 here. We'll grab a Van Auger. And then we'll go ahead and play out 1 Burgess. After we attack, let's go ahead and attack first. They're gonna be a 5 Dawn, which I believe is when they could play out their pair of Sparrows. So we want to be a little bit cautious of that. We'll deploy here.
Lordy Jesus.
Trash 1. End turn. Alright, at 5 Dawn, what are they going to play? Yep, there he is, the pair of Sparrow. Swing the 5, return 1 Dawn, we'll resolve it. I would like to get rid of him, if possible. Okay, we are at 6. Let's grab our Van Auger. We don't have the most amount of cards to defend our Burgess next turn, which is a bit of an issue, right? I think we are okay to go ahead and attack 5. Okay, go ahead and attack 7 here. You go ahead and take, since they went down, they're going to be on 7 Dawn next turn, which means it'll be out of range for Van Auger plus this. So I think that we go ahead and get rid of our Burgess. So yeah, let's go ahead and trash 1 Burgess. We'll go out and play Van Auger. And we'll go ahead and end turn there. Ideally, they don't swing high into this. We can only defend once, which is kind of doo-doo, but it's fine. If they want to play on curve, though, then they're going to be swinging into life, which I'm okay with. Let's see. Yeah, I think the contemplation here is if they want to swing high into our boy here. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna be at 8. We could technically get rid of this. I mean, honestly, like getting rid of this card, I'm completely okay with. Swing 9. We resolve it. I'm not super willing to get rid of a bunch of cards for it. And we will defend this one. Got the Tempest Kick, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and use it. Here. Deploy here. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll grab a Blackbeard. Go ahead and swing 5. counter out. Let's go ahead and trash our black hole. We'll end turn there. I'm assuming Katakuri this turn. They're at 8 Dawn. Yep. Classic. They swing high into here, I'm okay with it. There it is. Go and resolve. The question is, who do we take here? I'm okay with actually just grabbing a 2K. Okay, so we'll do this. I think we'll grab another 2K. We'll go ahead and deploy here. Swing 5. I'm assuming they take. Okay, we'll go ahead and end turn there. I don't feel super inclined to use leader ability or use our leader ability unless they have like 9 cost mom. That would be a bit of an issue. Oh, 10 cost mom, even worse. 12, we'll go no blocker, resolve. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and grab another 2K. Oh, actually we can't. It's fine. We'll grab this. Swing 5. I think that they're gonna counter out here. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, to be honest. Perfect. We'll go ahead and attack here. 12. They're gonna eat this one, pretty sure. All right. Okay, they get another Katakuri. Okay. Trash 1. And turn there. Go ahead and block. And we can resolve that one, it's fine. All right, let's go ahead and trash you. Grab you. Attack 12. Let's see if they're willing to give one of their blockers. They don't. Let's deploy here, and then we'll swing with the remaining. All right, they go ahead and take. Go ahead and end turn there. Okay. Let's see. There it is. We win. Yeah, so if they attacked in with this, I mean, they had the opportunity to possibly play this right here. The other 10 cost mom. So swing 12, we would block. Here we would just use our stronger as counter. And then next turn we would be able to swing in 3 times. See how much. Okay, they don't have much counter in hand. Yeah, looks pretty good. GG. All right, we'll go ahead and go second here. This is a little tough. We'll mulligan. Okay. Play out their searcher. We'll do a search of our own. Go ahead and grab. We are on the odd curve, or on the even curve, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll enter in there. See what they play out for 3. They just swing big. We'll go ahead and resolve. Use sugar. Grab ourselves another Burgess. Okay. Swing the 5. Our trash isn't super substantial, but it's fine. Go and deploy here and turn. Okay, they play the Sanji pudding. See what they play for 3. Okay. 10 here. We'll resolve that. We're okay with that. I think honestly we just go ahead and do this. I wish we had an option to still maintain our board, but it's fine. Go ahead and swing here, 7. We'll go ahead and trash 1 Burgess and end turn. Okay, they play out the Luffy. Swing 7. We'll resolve it. No trigger. And they're gonna swing the 8. We'll resolve it as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll play out our Blackbeard. And let's see, we're going to be at 10 Dawn next turn. We trash 1. I don't think we're going to be playing this. We'll go ahead and enter in there. You have an okay amount of counter. Next couple turns are going to be pretty transparent. I'm hoping that they don't play too many big bodies here. With 6 Dawn, I mean, they have pretty limited options. Worst comes to worst, we could play the removal game. I think it's okay to actually go yeah, we'll give it 2 and a 1. Okay, we could do this. Get rid of you. So we're at 9 Dawn, which means we can do deploy here. Give 1 off here. Swing 5. Swing an 8. We could trash 1. And end turn. Gonna be an 8 Dawn. We'll resolve this one. Play out 2 blockers. Okay, not a problem. Go ahead and deploy here. Don't fly here. We'll go ahead and get rid of 1. We'll swing in 5. Counter out. We'll go ahead and swing 6. Okay, let's go ahead and trash 1 and turn. Let's see what they do with the 10. Seven. Might be a Luffy here next turn. Honestly, I just think it's a free block, so let's just go ahead and use it. Yep, there's the Luffy. Ooh.
Nice.
Ah, they give up. Six. I mean, we were at 11, which is pretty good, but yeah, pretty tough matchup. I'm surprised that they went down so early, but hey, we take those. Let's go. Okay. They chose to go first. We'll go ahead and keep. We'll go ahead and deploy here, do a little search. Not the best, but I think this is probably still our best option. We'll go ahead and enter in there. We're gonna be swinging early, so let's see what we can do. All right, they play out a blocker. Let's go ahead and deploy here. Do a little peeky peek. I think this is fine. Honestly, probably this. We'll go ahead and swing the 5. They take, we'll go ahead and do a search. We'll grab ourselves another Kuzan, since that's kind of our only option right now. Actually, grab this. Deploy. Here. We're gonna be at 5 down next turn. Let's have a look at our trash. We don't really have anything substantial there. I think this is gonna be okay. Return cards. And the question is, do we want to use our leader ability here? Probably do this. And turn there. We'll resolve it. And we'll resolve that one as well. See what they play for 4. And get out the Cavendish. Okay. Let's see here. We could go ahead and attack in here. We'll go ahead and recycle you. Kind of unfortunate. I think that we're probably going to need a big beard here. Let's go ahead and return that and go ahead and trash. We'll go ahead and trash. Let's check out that trash one more time. Bro, I feel like you just have to be so cognizant nowadays. It's really hard to like keep all the things in mind. I think we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and trash our Kuzan just because of the fact that we could go ahead and play him out our next turn. So we'll do this and then we'll go ahead and end turn. We don't have any reducers in trash, which is a little annoying, but we still have our teach combo. We're gonna be coming up on 8, so feels pretty good. I think we go ahead and eat 1 or 2 here. This one will probably counter out of. No blocker. Resolve that. I'm not sure if they play rushers here. No blocker, resolve. Let's see. Oh, no trigger. See what they play for the 7. Okay, Hody Jones. Alright, we'll go ahead and use our resolve that. Go ahead and play you out. Go ahead and attack 5. Go ahead and trash. Play out our purchase.
Oh, Lordy Jesus.
I still think that this is still probably the move. Problem is, 8 Dawn. Put that here. I think it's okay. Do this. Attack 5. Go ahead and trash 1. I don't think this is going to be super relevant. Go ahead and grab this, return. Let's think. Get rid of 1. Go ahead and turn there. We really needed a big beard here. Luckily, no on play. Play out the Nami. Again, no on play. We'll go ahead and resolve this one. And we'll resolve this one as well. Okay. Let's think. Let's think here. I think getting rid of the Hody is probably going to be one of our bigger priorities. I think let's go ahead and swing 5. We have a decent amount of counter. I think we'll go ahead and trash a... This is my age. Grab another counter card. I'm assuming that they'll go ahead and take this. Ooh, they don't. Okay. Deploy here. Give arrested cost here. Also, use this. Swing the 8. Play out a 2K. Blocker. And I think we have to here. We'll go ahead and end turn. We have a decent amount of counter. 1 blocker. See what we could do here. Okay. So we'll do the 2 and a 1, no blocker. Let's see. Yeah, so this card actually won in Japan recently in one of the bigger tournaments. So I feel like a lot of people are really trying to get the mileage out of these decks. Let's see. I mean, we're just going to go for game next turn. So we'll go no blocker, resolve it. And we'll block this one. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and do this. See if we can get anything substantial. We don't. Turn cards. Kind of sus, but I think it's fine. We'll go ahead and get rid of you. If we swing a 9, that should get the majority of their cards out of their hand. Okay, which means that we can go ahead and do 8 just to be safe. And then boom, 14. Oh, they said GG. I didn't say GG back. Rip. But yeah, I think, yeah, it is pretty tough just because of the swarm, but they had a pretty slow start. And I think getting rid of the on plays early on really did help us out. So one of the unfortunate things is that, yeah, we just didn't have our 10 cost Blackbeards coming through at the end there, but we were able to improvise in a decent way, setting up some removal, and then also we were still building up trash to get our Blackbeard, our Burgess to a pretty strong spot. But yeah, GG.